Hey there, good humans. Welcome to the wonderful world of Janice Enjoys podcast, where we're all about unlocking the magic of incredible life's moments. And Jani, I'm your spirited host, Nyambudogori, and I'm also your fellow adventurer. But as I told you in the last episode, you can just view me as a fellow as a fellow traveler who is a travel companion. Yes, you can view me as your travel companion who is here to just guide you in this exciting adventure of life, and maybe to make you to give you heartwarming stories that will leave you grinning, smiling, just like this spirited host of yours, Nyambu. And so good humans, thank you so much for being part of this journey. Your presence adds a lot of magic, a lot of sparkle to this storytelling, and I can't wait. I can't wait to share so many stories with you, and so many. They're memorable. They're memorable. I want to call them adventures because it's a journey. So I can't wait to share with you this memorable adventure where we're going to speak about everything and anything about this journey called life. Okay, so welcome so much. If you're new here, we toast to life's journey, and yes, we toast to life's journey here, the life's adventure. And first of all, thank you so much, guys. We are at 100 subscribers. No, not 100. We are more than 100. We are one or something. I haven't checked lately, but we are over 100 subscribers. You guys, I can't believe it. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, you good humans, even 100 subscribers, I wouldn't get to 100 subscribers. So thank you, and thank you so much. And so keep on sharing with other good humans. Let them subscribe, let them listen, and let them watch our episodes, which are weekly. So good humans, thank you so much. Okay, and I have another exciting thing to say. It is international this month, October. It's giving fulfillment vibes. It's giving babes vibes. So it's International Day for Girl Child. And your girl child here is happy because my baby is growing, and it's through your support, first of all, and I thank you so much. So yes, so it's International Days for the Girl Child, and I posted a question on my stories. I was asking, what do you feel proud of being a girl child? Maybe you whatever that is going on in your life, So I am proud. Let me say what I'm proud of. I am proud because I am getting, or I'm on the journey of getting the body that I always want. I'm going to have those abs. Yes. Yes. So I'm on that journey, and it's tough. Sometimes I feel, oh God, I want to give up. But then I remember, oh my God, I need to look. I have this vision in my mind that I want to look like, and I can't stop until I get there. So I'm proud of that. On being International Girl Child's Day, I am proud of that. I feel like I'm getting I'm finally taking that step to the kind of lifestyle, at least I'd say a lifestyle, yeah, quote unquote lifestyle, yeah, working out is the lifestyle, yeah, to the lifestyle that I always want. So yay! So what are you proud of? And please share with me, no matter how little it is. Don't minimalize it. Do not do that, because it is in the small things that you get the big ones. And so you guys, I'm proud of that, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my abs as soon as they. It's not that yes, I'm going to show you them. I'm going to show you the abs as soon as they pop out, you know. Yeah, so I'm proud of working out. So let's toast to that. Toasting to Nyambu working out and being consistent with it. I started this year, by the way, early this year, and here I am, and I can see results, and all I can say is I am proud of you, girl child. You know, I know that the little girl who was the little girl inside me who always wanted to do workouts and maybe never got a chance, but now I've given her that chance. I know she's so proud of me, and I'm so proud of her as well. So toasting to that. Okay, so continue sharing this channel and subscribing, and please follow me on Spotify and Apple Music. You have not followed me on Spotify and Apple Music, you guys. You need to listen to me on Spotify, okay? And thank you so much for, I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys a lot. And my topic of today is embracing. Look, today is our third episode, by the way, for those who haven't caught up with us. It's our third episode of Janice and Joy's podcast. And oh my God, I feel so proud. I feel so relaxed. You can, I hope you can, at least you can tell or you can see that I feel I am sorry. I'm a little relaxed as compared to maybe the previous episodes. So yes, this is because of you, and I thank you guys. Yes, good humans. We continue. My third episode today is about embracing vulnerability. You should also understand I'm Nyambu. So whatever Nyambura is, when you hear Nyambura comes to mind, you should, when I say vulnerability, you should also understand that. I don't know what is vulnerability in Swahili, but I'd say kujieka hivi chini, quote unquote. I'm not sure if that is the no, I'm not sure if that is the exact meaning, but let me tell you what my Google says. Vulnerability is the quality of being easily hurt or attacked. Yes, so I know maybe you're thinking, maybe if you're self-aware or you're on that journey, you don't need to be vulnerable because there are so many hawks. You know, hawks, those animals, those birds that they are called hawks. I'm not sure what they are called I think they're called hawks. That they come and when the chicken, the mother hen has the two small two chicks, there's a big bird that. So maybe you might think when you're vulnerable, maybe you're putting yourself out there for the hawks to come and eat you. But oh my God, no, that is not true. When you're vulnerable, it means that you understand yourself better, and that is why people you set your boundaries strong. And so that was my point, my embracing vulnerability. And in this vulnerability thing, it comes in how do I say it? It's a very sensitive topic, and for some of us, most of us, I'd say, because you know most of us don't want to be vulnerable. Like I said, you're always fearing of the worst. We are always assuming of the worst when we hear the word vulnerable. But for me, when I started this journey, when I also had vulnerable, I thought that I was letting myself out there for those people, but that was not the case. When I started being vulnerable, I started I think for me to be able to express whatever I want very well, I'll need to tell you this first. I read somewhere today or this week that I think it was a meme, or I don't remember what it was, but it was saying those moments when you get home, maybe after a girls' night out with your girlfriends and you're drunk, then tomorrow is on Sunday or Saturday, and you guys just want to lazy around. Maybe you slept in one of your girlfriend's house, all of you, and maybe the following morning you just want to to lazy around. So those moments, I have experienced those moments, and those moments you find most of you, maybe you've made food, or you've ordered for food, and maybe you're just lazing around and talking about life and talking about stuff, maybe your fears, maybe your exes, maybe your jobs, you know, maybe where you do your nails, maybe where you go, you know, those moments when you just share your life. You don't share your whole life. No, you just share a small piece with your friends, with your girlfriends, and they share with you the same. You see, that is being vulnerable. And when they share with you the same, you get to be self-aware, because you get to know yourself in the conversation, or you and not or and you also get to know your friends better in the same conversations, in the small bits, because even your friends, you cannot know them at a nini, you cannot know you. It's like saying you know somebody completely, who and the people evolve every day, and every day you are a new person. Kila siku umebadilika, you are a new person. So you can't, so that's how you learn them and they learn you. And in those moments, they are in that particular group. Maybe you're out on branch, or not out. Mostly it happens indoors, or maybe if you're out on ninis, or the staycations, or maybe you're out on staycations or things like that. But mostly it happens on spaces that you're not distracted. You know, that is why I said maybe a lazy Sunday, where it was a girls' night out like the previous night. You see. So, and that moment where you're vulnerable and your friends are vulnerable, it exposes you to be able to be more expressive, and to be able to be able to be more communicative. You know, there are people, we know, we've met those people. You have a friend who you barely talk to, or they barely talk to you. Even when you're in the same house, you don't converse oftenly. You know, there's those people, and they're just naturally like that. But when it comes to such gatherings or such environments, you find them, they have very great opinions, and they have very big opinions. So those are the kinds of people I'm talking about, where you be able to express yourself better or more, because most of the environments you're in, or most of the time, you're always another thing, you're able to make your communication skills better. Because if you imagine you're just there, you just unakwaga tu, you put to yourself, you feel yourself, then you start start having soap dishes here, because you're becoming thin and thin, because you don't want to talk to your friends, because you're afraid of being vulnerable. Who is fooling who? And who is going? You're the one who is going to be saying, oh, those are the kinds of people who say, oh, fake friends. And being vulnerable, like we said, it has the downside of where the hawks come and eat you, where you can also share that. And it is not only with friends, you can also be vulnerable with your family, and they come and you start hearing your sister was talking to your other sister about what you told them, or your sister talking, or your mother talking to your siblings about what you told them. That is normal. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to vulnerability, you have to be open to know it can happen either side, and you have to be strong enough to know I can handle either sides. Because if you can't, what are you going to do? You're going to have huku soap dish. Tunashindago, what is wrong with Nyambu? Kumbe, she has been stressing here, she can't even talk it out. And because she doesn't want to be vulnerable, because she was told being vulnerable, she's going to... You see, that is what I'm talking about. So, Han and my dear good humans, what I'm trying to say, being vulnerable is a risk. And anyway, that is what life is. It is a risky game. Huh? You know, we are risking every day. And so it's up to you to decide which side you want to risk. And for me, I built myself. I started my self-awareness journey when I was able to be authentic with myself and say, This is my life, and I'm going to tell them if I'm going through this, I'm going to share it, and I don't care if I'm going to get a good advice, or I'm going to get a listening ear, or I'm going to get good opinions. It's up to me to grasp what I'm seeing that is beneficial for me. You know, the key word is me. You, whatever you think, or whatever you say after this, or whatever you say after I've already told you, oh, yesterday I did this and this, or yesterday I slept in my neighbor's house because of 1, 2, 3, and now you want to come and make me feel bad because of that. So you can't, because you're already, when you're self-aware, that is impossible for you to go through those feelings, because you being vulnerable and sharing that you needed somebody else's opinion so that you can be able to make a decision. You are not asking them to make the decision for you. You just needed somebody else's opinion, which I think it's fair. You see, which I think is fair. And also, another way of being vulnerable is this. If you don't get those sides of people who are giving you bombastic side eyes, you get this side of this other side of people who are your people, your tribe. And when you get your tribe, you get to grow and to deflower, not to deflower, and to open your wings and to be able to fly freely and to be able to be yourself authentically. So, and if you don't take that step of being vulnerable, how will you know this is my tribe and this is not my tribe? How? It is impossible to know. So what I'm saying is, it is important in this journey for us to take this responsibility of being vulnerable, but keeping in mind it can be harmful to us and it can be beneficial to us, but we have to always be positive about life, but because otherwise it's impossible to live without hope and positivity, because you're always going to be you see. So my point was, when you're vulnerable, you get to, first of all, know yourself. Because when people when you're talking at that particular time, like I told you, you learn more about yourself. Like you said, hey, I said that, but and because they give you opinions. Because when you're for example in that like your group in your girls, maybe you're talking about this particular topic, maybe you're talking about jobs and companies, maybe you'll get to know, maybe if you're in the same profession, you'll get to know this one works for this company and I work for this company, and we're on the same level and they're exploiting me. So because they'll give you their opinion and you give them your opinion. When you're talking about something else, travel, maybe you want to travel to a certain country and they tell you, no, me, I've been there and like you can do this and this and this. So you see, you're learning yourself as you learn your friends, and you're also learning yourself by being communicative and being able to talk with people, because you're always interacting with people. That is the point I was telling you. When you're vulnerable, you get self-aware. That is the self-awareness part I was telling you about. And for me, it worked. Oh my God. I used to go with my friends and we go during the time, the COVID-19, this lockdown time. It was amazing. And you get to learn a lot. You get to learn a lot because people tell you about their experiences, and oh my goodness, it is amazing to learn about other people's experiences, because they you get sharpened and you know which path to take and which for example, when you're told you can't streets, don't be careful because there are so many thugs. Do you know those people who are telling us that, or that particular person who is telling you that is telling you because they have an experience of that particular street that was either good or bad. So you see, so that is the beauty of connection. And when you're vulnerable, you get to connect. You get to connect authentically, and sometimes it's not authentically because you have to guard yourself to some point. But when you're authentic, even if you guard yourself, how? Yourself, it will just come out somehow. You don't know how to be fake when you're vulnerable. That's what I'm trying to say. You see. So, and another point about self-awareness and that I also learned in vulnerability is you get to accept yourself. Like I said, okay, I shared this story with you about how this and this happened, for example. Then after I thought you're my friend, or I share with you in a no in a group of friends, but I share with you specifically and I don't share with the rest. Then you come and share with the rest. You see, and then maybe you don't tell them, you don't use the exact words. Maybe, as we are human beings and we have that tendency of exaggerating things. So maybe you exaggerate a little bit. So let me tell you what a person who has not started this journey will do. We'll start overreacting. We'll start asking, oh, this is me in my previous life. When I had not started this journey, I used to ask people, oh, I talked to you in confidence. Now you're going to sharing this, those kind of, oh, for shit. That is bullshit. Because you don't even, where was I even getting the energy to do all that kind of shit? Because why would I? That is none of my business. Whatever they were talking about, I was not there. So how does that concern me? For example, you say when you're self-aware and you've accepted yourself and you're vulnerable, and you've already accepted the vulnerability part, you've already embraced the vulnerability in yourself. You find yourself, you just hear things and you're okay. Okay. You develop to accept yourself. You first of all, you learn your flaws when you're vulnerable. You learn your weaknesses and your strengths. So when it comes to self acceptance, when you've already known your strengths and your weaknesses, and you're there, and people start talking things like this, you just shake your head. And nobody is perfect after all. So when you've already accepted yourself, you accept your imperfections, you accept your strengths, and you work on them, you work on your weaknesses, and the journey is just going to be fulfilling, just like the one I'm embracing at the moment. And you should just sit for a moment and think about the things that hinder us, and most of the things that maybe they manifest as our fears, maybe they came in form of our vulnerabilities, the ones the vulnerabilities that we refuse to accept, and because of maybe a number of things, one of them being fear, or being afraid of people taking advantage of that. But like I told you, it's a risk that you have to take, and nobody else can take can make you do it, because hey, you have to really be strong. And it's International Girl Child Day, and if you're a girl, you're born strong. So you just have to toughen up. I had some celeb saying, I forgot even her name. She's an American. She was being asked about. She was in a I think in a graduation ceremony or something. Those ones. So she was giving a speech. Then she was asked her opinion about a certain. It was not a graduation. It was a event. I don't remember. But she was being asked her opinion about something, and she said, "Life is tough. Put on a helmet." And I agree, because if you don't do that, if you don't put on a helmet, then you're going to be a victim for the rest of your life. And if you put on a helmet and be vulnerable and accept to open up, and mentally, you open up mentally, and you open up, open up. Let me just say that, because mostly it's the mental place that we need opening as 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 this vulnerability thing is concerned. So you should reflect on that, maybe about if you've ever been vulnerable and maybe people took advantage of that, or you're trying to be vulnerable and you don't know how to be vulnerable. You can just start by breathing in. That's what I can say, and just learning who you are. That is the first step, and it is this, that is the exact step we are doing here at Janice Enjoys podcast. We want to be elevated, and we want to be in spaces that we are safe, on people who have free-spirited mind, who want to be just themselves. You just want to be you. You're tired of being you and someone else. Yes. So this is what Janice Enjoys podcast is all about. And now that we're embracing vulnerability, I'm asking you guys to please share on the comment section and comment to me, comment on the comment section and tell me if you've ever been vulnerable, or you're trying to be vulnerable, or you have been vulnerable to people who abuse the vulnerability and you have been afraid to do it. Please don't be afraid, because those were bad humans and you are a good human, because you want to work on yourself, which is a very good thing. It's a very good thing, and it's so self-fulfilling, and that is all we want. We want to be so self-fulfilled, right? Yes. So Janice Enjoys podcast on all handles. I'm your spirited host who is vulnerable with you on this platform, and is asking you please to like, share, and comment, and tell me your stories. I really want to hear your stories about how you were vulnerable, or you're trying to do it. Or also vulnerability can come in terms of journaling. You can be a person who likes journaling.